Justin, no question. Just want to say I recently got into working on modding on old tube amps. I would be doing better if I had a fraction of the knowledge floating around in your head.
Yeah, it's weird. As much as you know, you always learn new things, or you have things that you sort of know, and then all of a sudden you're looking at something and it sort of dawns on you something about that circuit. And you're like, oh my God, that's the same as if I did this. Oh, wait a minute. You have this aha moment,
Right.
so to speak. And that still happens all the time. Aha, I see what this is doing. Got it. And you just make a mental note in your head about it.
And that's 30 years of experience.
And that's what you're paying. You're paying when you have me mod an amp or something, right? You're paying for that 30 years of knowledge. That's what you're paying for. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with any trade or anything. You're paying for the knowledge of the person. Car mechanic or someone that plasters walls, if there's anyone that does that anymore. There's a highly skilled trade that takes years to amass the knowledge, for what you have.
Well, I think it's awesome, Justin. Keep up the work, man. It just takes time to get the experience. But nowadays, there's so much out there.
Yeah, this is great. Nowadays you have, who I had? I had Bruce Egnator. That was before the internet.
Right. Well, thank God you had that.
And he was a wealth of knowledge for me over the years. And for a while the internet had a vast amount of knowledge about things. And some of it's been lost over time. Like when certain forums that used to exist went away, you kind of lost all the database that was in that, and I actually find it there's less information now than there used to be on the internet about tube amps and stuff. Very interesting. It used to be you could almost search a subject, anything like, what's the difference between this tube and this tube, and a Mullard EL34 versus a JJ EL34, and you get a diatribe of tons of information of people's opinions and stuff, and you don't get that anymore.
It's all lost on
it's lost. Well, so it's lost now. It's like a lot of those forums and stuff that used to exist that were pretty heavily into that have disappeared, that they don't exist anymore, and right. And so that information gets lost and never comes back,
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep. That was the benefit of those old forums.
Yeah. I mean, this goes back to like way early, like Usenet news groups,
Right.
Like way early, in
the bulletin boards
with 90s, right? Or something,
late 90s.
Usenet news groups. Yeah.
Well, it could be even earlier, because I remember when Windows 95 came out. So I was on the internet when Windows 95 came out. And
yeah. Myself too. And
mid 90s. Yeah.
Oh.